Hey guys, what's going on, and welcome back to a brand new video. I got a new camera, so let me tell me how it is in the comments down below, please. Yeah, so we're back and we're finally gonna make a video and talk about the game, what happened after the West Brom game. We finally get to talk about it because I wanted to talk about it. I want to make a video, talk about a few things I saw on Twitter, especially Twitter, about a few things about what happened after the West Brom game. Let's just start off with some players that are getting stick on Twitter and getting so much stick. Starting with the weirdest one, in my opinion, Solomon. Manuel Solomon is getting so much hate from some people, which I don't understand why. They keep saying he's shit and Ramazani's better, so Ramazani should be starting. Why is Solomon starting? Solomon's had one bad performance, and I wouldn't even class it as a bad performance. I don't think he was great, but I wouldn't even class it as a bad performance. He wasn't good. He wasn't at his best, but he was still beating his man multiple times. Just because he didn't get a goal or an assist doesn't mean he had a bad game. Like, it doesn't mean he was terrible because he didn't get a goal involvement. I feel like Leeds fans, at the moment, whenever we drop points, no matter if it's a draw or a loss, people are raging. People are angry on Twitter when we drop points in a draw or a loss. Just, I don't understand why. Because we're not going to win every single game. We're not going to win every single game going to the end of the season. That's just not going to happen. People should know that. Did I think we'll win this game? Of course I did. But it's not a bad result, a draw against a team who are like fifth right now. They're fifth right now. And if you told me before these last three games where we played second, what did we play? It was second, fourth, and fifth. If you told me against second, fourth, and fifth, we were going to get 7 out of 9 points, I would bite your hand off for that. That's a great return in those three games. 3 of the top 6 teams in a row, and we get 7 out of 9 points. That's great. So I don't understand this, all of a sudden, this blow up on Twitter, especially. I think it's just Twitter, really. But it's the whole hate on Solomon when he's like, okay, he wasn't great, but it's not just him, it's the team's performance. It wasn't just him. He's not the sole reason why we didn't win. And if Ramazani was on the pitch, it doesn't mean we would have won either. Like, it just doesn't make sense in my opinion. I get the people that are saying, like, Ramazani should get more minutes. Maybe he should, but we don't see what happens off the pitch in training. We don't see how the players train. Because it feels weird to me. I don't know if it feels weird to you guys, but it feels weird to me that it feels like Nonto has got above Ramazani. Like, Nonto's coming onto the pitch and playing on that left side, where before Ramazani's playing on that left side. We know the left side, we thought the left side was between Solomon and Ramazani, and the right side was James and Nonto. But at the moment, Nonto is the one being brought onto the left. So Ramazani might be showing something in training, or not showing enough in training at I don't know, he must be not showing enough. Or Farke just thinks Nonto will do a better job, and Nonto for that game is better. I don't know. Like, and this thing about Farke is like, he can't, damned if he does, damned if he doesn't. Because he brings Nonto on, people rage Ramazani doesn't play. He brings Ramazani on, people will rage that Nonto's not playing. He can't win at the end of the day, and that goes into the next thing we want to talk about, the main thing of this video, the title and the thumbnail of this video, talking about what Daniel Farke said after the West Brom game. Now, I've got a couple of things here that I did bookmark, things that he said and I wanted to talk about. The first thing we're going to talk about what he said is, he said, against a good side, you have to score from those moments, you know. Joseph and James had those moments. In the end, important, we gained a point. So the point, as Farke said, good point against a good team. When you have games like this so often, which you can lose, games you can lose, because West Brom is a game you could lose. It could be a valuable draw, not our best result, but a good point. Now, after you say that, right, I've seen some people quote tweeting it and talking about it, saying Farke is throwing the players under the bus. He's throwing Joseph under the bus. He's not throwing Joseph under the bus at all. What he is saying about Joseph is he had a chance and he didn't take it. I think, if I'm pretty sure I remember, that's his shot that hit the bar, right? He could have squared it. I've seen a lot of people say that, and I look back at it, he could have squared it. I feel like he does go for the glory at times himself. He might be a bit selfish at times, but that's what you get from most strikers in world football. They know they can score goals, and they know they can, they know they can take those opportunities, and they're the ones that want to put the ball in the back of the net for the club. But at times, you do want an unselfish number 9, an unselfish striker there that can just put it across goal. But he didn't, and he made that as a mistake, and Farke surely will show him like videos in training and show him the videos and say you should have squared it and help improve his game because he is a young player and he has a lot of time left. He's only young. I think he'll probably go on loan next season, in my opinion. I think that's the best result for him. But Farke will be still there telling him, hey, improve this part of your game. Because if you look up, if you look to the side and you get, you know, you have that IQ of like knowing where your teammates are, he squares it across goal, we score. All he's saying is James and Joseph had massive chances at times in that game, which could have won us the game, and they didn't take them. It's not him throwing Joseph under the bus. It's saying that they were big moments where we could have scored from, and you know, they were the big chances we could have scored from. And there you go. That's just not throwing a player under the bus. He also said after the game, now this is a bit of a worry probably, concerns about Mateo after a hit. He rolled his ankle a little because he did start wobbling, trying to get back. I looked at it and went, oh, he might be out. May have taken him off because he was limping, but seemed be settled to be settled. Need to assess him, so he needs to be assessed. So he could be out for the next game, which I don't know what that means for who's going to come on the bench. Will Gray come on the bench? Will Harry Gray come onto the bench, or will we just put put someone else there that's like a different position and not a striker? We have no strikers on the bench now. So does Harry Gray go on the bench? I mean, that's probably your only option left to put on the bench. Yeah, and so he basically, Mateo Joseph could be injured. So hopefully not. And if he is, hopefully it's like a 1 week little knock basically, which is not going to be long. Daniel Farke also said we had to keep Piro and James on because they are on such good form, which is true in my opinion. Like people will say, oh, he's not performing now, but I've always said this throughout this season. Whenever we brought off Joel Piro, I've been angry that we've done that because he's the type of player that whenever, no matter how bad of a performance he is having, he just needs that one chance to drop to him. And out of anyone in this squad, out of anyone in this entire squad, the man that I want the ball to forward to in the box is Joel Piro because he's more likely to score than any of the other players in my opinion. So that's why I think it's a great idea to keep him on. Same with Dan James. As I said, on form, he's been amazing this season, and if he goes through on goal, I'm confident he'll hit the back of the net. Like, that's how much confidence I have in Dan James, and I think he's improved that much, that every time he goes through on goal, I think he's going to score. So yeah, I'm fine with him keeping those two players on the pitch. Sorry. He also said after talking about the form, he said, we know they can, as he said, we know they can produce late on and get like winners and maybe or an assist to win the game. The only alternative would have been an attacker on for a defender, but we wanted to respect West Brom's threat and not compromise back there, which is true because West Brom were good. They probably, if we did take a defender off and put another attacker on, as it proved late on in the game, Joe Rodon saved us, so they did have chances, and that chance when they went on through and Joe Rodon saved us, oh, thank God. That could have, you know, if we take a defender off, that moment maybe Joe Rodon's not there. Maybe Joe Rodon's the one that gets brought off, or maybe because we bring an attacker on for a defender, they're playing in a different formation. They're playing more of in a 3, and maybe Rodon doesn't get there even if he's on the pitch. So I'm fine with what we did in that situation. And hey, it's a good point. The last one that I bookmarked actually was Daniel Farke said, he said we allowed ourselves to enjoy it too much. Went too many times for complicated passes, went into duels with 98% rather than 100%, equalized with great header. I mean, the header was great, but could see it coming. Oh, he's talking about their header. Yeah, the equalizer with a great header. Yeah, well, I mean, it was a really good header. It's a lovely header over Melia. But could see it coming. Yeah, I mean, you could see it coming, but besides that one chance where the ball dropped to Swift like just outside the box, I thought he should have scored. That was like a sitter for me. Besides that, I thought they were good, but I didn't think they were going to score really. I thought, because I'm that confident in our defense and how good our defense is, I didn't think they were going to score. But yeah, I can see what he means. We did not fight like in the game before. Like lack concentration in the passes, which I agree. I think we tried trying to do many of those. Instead of just trying to pass it around, we tried that long ball or that ball through a couple of players, and we tried the difficult pass instead of the easy pass. And yeah, I did think that West Brom did play well, and we didn't play like we normally did at times, in my opinion, where West Brom actually got on top and at some points in this game. And when I say some points, longer than what normally happens in games this season. But yeah, so that's basically it. The main thing is, no, he is not throwing players under the bus. He's not throwing Joseph under the bus just because he's talking about how he'd missed a chance. He's not throwing him under the bus. Like, people that say that, it confuses me, because he's just not. Let me know what you think in the comments section down below. Let me know everything about what I just said. Do you agree? Is he throwing players under the bus? And what do you think about everything, basically? Thanks for watching the video. What do you think about Solomon? That as well, what the Solomon situation on Twitter. And I'll catch you all next time. Peace.